Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for all who have subscribed and liked and commented on both the live streams and the videos I put out. Thank you so much for your support, and I appreciate you all. And I ask you to please like and please subscribe and please comment. Give me whatever you're feeling, negative, positive. I will respond to all of it, and actually, I will respond to the comments on the videos. I said I was going to do an electoral college prediction after the VP was chosen. I have already done my first prediction. You can go back and watch that, but just know that it is pre-VP selection. I'm going to put one out probably tomorrow. A few states I'm going to adjust, but for today, I want to make a video strictly about the day-to-day. Now, I'm going to be focusing a lot on the state-by-state polling on this channel, not the national polling, because that's how elections are decided, state-by-state, swing states. But every now and then, you want to check out the national polling just to see where the trend lines are going. And I found something very interesting today, and we're going to get right to that. And right now I'm going to minimize myself so you can see more of the actual poll. So on the Real Clear Politics site, every single day there are new polls that come out. Some of them are swing state polls, some of them are general election polls, but all of them are kind of random. And one day you might have 4 polls, and the next day you might have 5. They might be different polls each day. So you have to be very careful. You're comparing apples and oranges, but what you can see by looking at these polls is a trend. So let's take a look back. Let's go back here to Wednesday, July 31st, and Thursday, August 1st. So this is right after Kamala got the nomination. This is before her VP pick. It's kind of a mixed bag, and this is Ohio, so Trump plus 10. That's a good number for Trump. We expect that out of Ohio. Let's take a look at the general election. That's what we want to focus on, the general election numbers. Trump up by 1, Trump up by 5, Harris up by 4. So basically a toss-up. Then we go to Friday, similar stuff going on. These are swing state polls, but these are pretty good polls for Trump and one good poll for Harris. So up in the air still. But then we get into the new week, Sunday, Monday. And this is when the VP pick was chosen and Walz was put on the ticket. And now we start to see some movement towards Kamala. So a general election poll by CBS had Harris up by 1. And then we see on Monday, Harris up by 1, Harris up by 2, Harris up by 3, 4. So you start to see a bit of a trend. Harris is not just making up for the ground that Biden lost, but now she's narrowly leading. Something to keep in mind when you're watching all these polls, though, especially the national ones. When you see Harris 46, Trump 45, be very aware that if that is the final total, Trump can easily win the Electoral College. Remember, Trump lost the popular vote in 2016 by 2 points to Hillary Clinton, and he won overwhelmingly in the Electoral College. So really, what Trump needs is to be within 1 or 2 points. If he's behind by 3 points, it's very unlikely. But if he's behind by 1 or 2 points, or tied even, or leading by 1, that's a very good sign for him. So you look at these, take these with a grain of salt, but Harris is leading. So it's still, a narrow race, but Harris is doing much better than Biden was. Then you go into Tuesday, Wednesday, and she really turns up the pressure here in terms of the polling results. New York, we're not going to look at that. General election, Harris up by 3 in the NPR PBS Marist poll, up by 3 in another Marist poll. One of them adds in all the third-party candidates, the other doesn't. Then we go to Wednesday, August 17th, even better for her. Wisconsin up by 1, Wisconsin up by 1, General up by 2, General up by 4, the Marquette poll, General up by 6 when you add in the additional candidates. So on Wednesday, if you're the Harris campaign, you're looking at this and you're thinking, wow, we are sitting pretty right here. We are doing very well. We've made up the ground that Biden lost. But then something happened today, and I don't know what it was. Mind you, these were different polls. There were CNBC and Rassmussen and a few others. Hill and Emerson did a couple as well. But they were, polling in Montana for Senate and whatnot. But when we look at these polls, we see a really good day for Trump. So when you put together Trump's press conference today, which was quite entertaining, and I live streamed it, and it was fun to watch, but he really hit her hard on a few main issues, and he went on the offense in terms of the debates. There's going to be 3 debates now, whereas before it was, is there even going to be 1? Is Trump going to back out of the 1 that was offered? And then he throws one back for Fox News that he knows Kamala's not going to accept. But now Trump has said 3 debates, Fox News, CBS, NBC. He's back on the offense, and you started to see a little bit of 2016 Trump today. So the headlines were very good for him. Then you look at the polling, and the polling today was fantastic for him. So let's go through them. Georgia is the first one where they're tied. I mean, that's a good result for Trump. Tied in Georgia is very good. You know, this is a state that went blue for Joe Biden. I think he can live with that. But then there's a general election poll where the third-party candidates are added in. And by the way, I think in the polling, the third-party candidate should be added in because remember, in 2020, Biden really won because there wasn't a third-party candidate. In 2016, Jill Stein got 2-3% in some states, and that was the difference. In some states, 1% was the difference. So when you add in these third-party candidates, Trump up by 5 in the general. Okay, this is Rasmussen. Rasmussen, when you take out the third-party candidates, Trump still up by 5. CNBC poll, again, this is not a poll that's favorable to Trump. Sometimes you see a Trafalgar poll and you think, well, Trafalgar typically, polls Trump a little bit higher. CNBC poll, though, Trump 48, Trump 46. Another thing to keep in mind is Trump is notoriously underpolled. So whenever you see Trump at 48%, maybe really it's 50%. Because historically, Trump's polling going into election day, he always does better on election day, and usually 1 to 2 points better than the polling had him. And in one case in 2020, they had him down by 14 points or 16 points in Wisconsin. He lost Wisconsin by only, I believe, less than 1%. So if this poll here, CNBC, Trump 48, Harris 46, is the real result, Trump is going to be president again. So he's got to really be liking these polls. This was a huge poll dump today. And after look at all these days where Trump was down big and all these polls, Kamala was taking over the momentum. You just see blue, 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 blue. And then today you look and Trump's back in the lead. So it could be that the honeymoon period for Kamala and her running mate may have ended after 2 or 3 days. And there's going to be a lot of press scrutiny, one about her VP and his military service. And 2, she has not really been pressed on any issues yet. And I've said many times in my live streams, don't hold your breath for that to happen. But now that we know there's going to be 3 debates, at least you got to think in the Fox News one, there's going to be some tough questions for her. So I think today was a win for Donald Trump. You look at the press conference, the polling, it looks like maybe he's starting to regain that lead. And if you look at some of these polls, you see that he's in a very, very good position. So once again, we're not going to focus all the time on these general election polls, these popular vote polls, because those aren't the polls that are going to show who wins. A lot of people get carried away with that. They say, "Ooh, Harris is leading by 2." Well, she could be leading by 2, and she could lose the election. So we really want to focus on the state-by-state polls. I'm going to be doing more videos where we focus on those swing state polls. I'm going to do another video where I put out an electoral college update. But for now, I just wanted to show Trump had a very, very good day today, polling and press conference-wise. And this race is really going to start heating up, and we're going to be covering it every second. So please subscribe to the channel. Please like, please comment. I respond to all the comments, and I also read the comments on air, on my live streams, in my videos. So I want everything negative, positive about the channel, about the race. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about my electoral college map. Go back and watch that. Watch my live streams. I'm doing them quite often now, especially when big events are happening like the press conference today. And I will try to do as well the Democrat convention, which will be in 10 days from now. We should see a speech from Harris, obviously a speech from Harrison, Walz, and then a speech maybe by Obama and Biden even. So we'll see. And of course, the debates. I really cannot wait to cover the debates. So lots of action ahead. Subscribe to the channel, share, comment, lots of engagement. I appreciate everyone who has liked and subscribed the last couple of days and the last couple of weeks. I especially appreciate the people who have done so from the very beginning. And I look forward to watching this every step of the way with you all. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon.